Good morning. This is Ida of Created to Create. Welcome back to my messy countertop. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share from a design or guest design team package that Scrapdiva sent me, and I had not played with it. Let me see if I can get more lighting in here. Hopefully. Not sure if that's better, guys, but hopefully it is. Anyway, she had sent me a design team package, a guest design team package, and among that was the Tulip mini album, which is this one right here. And it comes with the silhouette. Then it comes with another silhouette, which has a stitched edge, but it's a layering piece, so it's slightly smaller than the outer one that doesn't have the stitching on it. And then it comes with this shaker, so you can turn it into a shaker. So it's got the die to cut out and make it a shaker die. And then it has the more detailed cut of the tulip as well. And then it comes with a couple of words, grow and bloom. Comes with the clovers, butterfly, a dragonfly, and the body. The wings and the body are separate, so I like that. And then she's got this little spray right here. And I love that because you could actually add flat back pearls to that, or jewel drops, some kind of nouveau drops to make it dimensional, and that would be real pretty as well. And then she's got these little tiny tulips that have the leaves separate, so definitely has a lot of possibilities. But I had a question from one of the ladies, and she asked if the butterfly journal could be used to do some Bible journaling, or like a prayer book for her church group, for the ladies. And my opinion was that the butterfly one is gorgeous, but you're very limited to how much you can write on there if you do it just as the way it was intended, because the wings dip in and it doesn't give you a lot of writing or a lot of real estate to write on. So that was my opinion on the butterfly, although it's gorgeous. But when I was doing that, the Lord gave me a brainstorm about how I could alter that, and you could make it into some kind of prayer journal or scripture journal, Bible journaling. So that's what I did with the tulip. I said I was going to do it with the tulip. So I picked up these binder mechanisms from Amazon, and I will link these in the description box. These are really, really small. They're about 3/4 of an inch wide, and I think they're 3 3/4 inch long. And these were perfect. If I would have found one that had two, that would have been even better. But this is what I found that was really small that I thought would work. And I picked it up, and it did come in several colors in this package. So I got a blue. Let me take them out of the package. So I got a blue, a pink, a yellow, a lavender. Here's the pink. A pink one, and I got a green one that I used. I'll show the green one in a minute. And I got a blue one. The only problem with that is that they did send you the rivets. These are called rivets to attach the binder part, but I'm not sure that that would work or that it would even look neat. I didn't even try it, guys, too. I'm going to be quite honest, because I do work with leather and I work with rivets, and rivets usually have a back portion or the post portion and then a cap portion. These don't have a cap. So I thought it would probably split the little tube and it wouldn't look neat. So I didn't use that. You can, if you want to, try and do it with that. But I'm going to share with you how I use these. Now, the one that I did is not very usable, and I'm going to tell you why. Originally, when I made the spine to this, I only made it as wide as this was. And I didn't leave myself enough room where I had at least about 1 1/8 in the width, that when I would close it after layering the inside portion of the tulip, it kind of didn't close shut, and I wanted it to close shut. So you want your spine to be at least 1 1/4 wide, or at the very minimum 1 1/8 inches. my personal opinion, in the width here. And then the sides, it doesn't matter. You can make them as long as you want them to, because you're going to layer them in between the two layers of paper, which you're going to cut out two of the tulip dies, and the spine portion, you're going to sandwich that in between the two tulips to hold it in place. So that's what I did. And the paper that I used is by Prima. It's a new collection. It's called The Plant Department. I will link it in the description box. I forgot to mention that I will link all these products in the description box, and those will be affiliate links. So that means that if you were to buy items using those links, I would make a small commission. It doesn't cost you any more or any less, but I do make a small commission, which in turn that helps me to buy more products and share that with you, because as far as Scrapdiva goes, she sends the dies to me for free, but I still have to purchase the paper and glue and all of that. So that helps me out. And anyway, I used the Plant Department new collection by Prima. I also used their flowers, and these are just butterflies that I had in my stash. But the die set, Erica's die set, comes with a butterfly, which is right there, and a dragonfly, that you wouldn't have to buy a separate die to do that, because it comes all in the package. So I had my daughter make me a sublimation pin with using the same Prima paper. So she did make a pen. I don't know if you can see it, but the pen matches the paper. And these are the pen clips that I bought from Amazon. Although here, I wouldn't need it because this one has a hook. But sometimes that does fall out, so it's more secure on one of these clips. So that's what I did there. And look at the beautiful, I used the paper that has the blue in it. Let me share the paper pad. This is the paper pad that I used. And again, I will link it in the description box below. And then here are some of the flowers that I still haven't used from the package. Look at how gorgeous that blue is, because this blue matches perfectly. So again, I will link all that in the description box below. And so I did, and then in the back, here's another of that paper that's in that pad. And here I just used a green, and I did add, I don't know if you can see the lines, but tulips, if I'm not mistaken, have those long lines in the leaves. So I just used my tool, like my small ball tool, to just make, the long lines to kind of give it some shape. This is a pocket. Let me grab a piece of paper. This is actually a pocket that you could stick a tag in there. So it's open, the back panel. And so is the front one if you wanted to. I think the front one is too. Nope, the front one is not. The back one is a pocket if you wanted to stick something in there. I'm not sure if this one is a pocket as well. So you can stick something in the back of the journal, in the back inner side and the outer side. They're both pockets. So you have two pockets there. Look at that beautiful blue right there. So here is what I did. I added the spine. This one is not usable, guys. I made a mistake, and the spine was not wide enough. And I had already did the rivets and everything, and I had to take it apart. And in the process, I damaged the mechanism, so it doesn't shut right. So this is not usable. I'm probably going to send this to Erica so she can display it, but see how it doesn't close? And your paper is going to slide out because I ruined it. They close very well. See, they're very secure. But in the process, when I took the prongs out, the rivets out, I damaged it somehow. So it doesn't close correctly anymore, and the sheets slide out. So I wouldn't send this to anybody that was actually going to use it, because it's damaged. Anyway, I don't know if you can see the rivets in between. See the rivet right there in between? So I used a double cap rivet, and I picked these up at Hobby Lobby, and they have a post, and then they have a cap. So I thought I had another. Yeah, I have another package. I do have a package here, Both of these came from Hobby Lobby, and I'll see if I can find them on Amazon so I can link these for you. But they come, the ones in, you would want to get something like this one, because this one comes with the tool to set it. So it's kind of like a mini anvil and the tube to set it. And let me see. So here, I'm going to share with you. And this particular package comes with silver and the brass. Hold on, let me find one that is long enough so I can share it with you. That one's closed. Okay, here's one. So, and this one comes in a couple of sizes. So you get the one that has the little post, and then you get a cap. Let me turn it this way. And when you insert that, I inserted it through the outside because I wanted the pretty cap to be on the outside. And the inner portion does not have a cap. See how it is just a tube. But there are some that are double cap. So you would have a cap on the inside and on the outside. Okay. And when you insert this through the back, let me see. When you insert this through the back of your spine, like the paper would be here, and I did reinforce it with a piece of chipboard, and you put this in through there, the cap, actually I put this in through here. See how it fits in there? And then the cap, it snaps on to the little post right there. I'm not going to put them together, but it does snap on temporarily. So then you can use the anvil and just, you know, get a mallet or something and hammer it in place. But this is domed to fit the shape of the cap, so it doesn't flatten the cap. So it does have a dome there to protect the shape of the cap. But this comes already in there. It is a little difficult to do that with this type of spine because, and I'm going to share with you why, but I'm sure you guys have something and can figure out a way to do it. Because if I were to put this, well, no, it is doable. Yeah. So all you do is do this, put your cap in there or set it there, put it in there, and then you get the flat part, because the flat part would be what's on top. And you put this on top and you hammer it. I hope I'm in frame. And you hammer it, and that will make it where it's permanent and it doesn't come off. Okay, but you can't do it this way because the rings are in the way. It doesn't touch the anvil, and you have to be able to be flush on the anvil. But that will work. So that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend. And it does come with the brass and the silver ones in this particular package. I even have some jewel ones. Look at that, with crystals on them or rhinestones. So they come different, and they're different. The posts are different heights, length. Or you can get the bag like this, but this one doesn't come with a setting tool. So you do need a tool to set them. So me personally, I will get something like this because it comes with the tool and everything. I have an actual machine that I use. It's a bigger one, and you just kind of squeeze the handle down and it squeezes it shut. Because I'm working with leather, I actually invested in the machine for it. And it, you know, I can use it in scrapbooking as well. Also, another thing that I recommend, if you need something that is going to make holes, and for leather work, either you need this, and this might or might not work depending on the distance of your holes and all that, where you have to make them. Like if I had to go in the length way like this way, I couldn't get to the middle hole. But because it was not on there and I pre-did the holes and all that, I was able to do it. There is a tool that, again, you use a mallet or a hammer. And it's just like a little tube, kind of like the post setter for the rivets. And you just bang it with a, you know, marker holes where you want it. You bang it with a hammer to make the holes. And you could, no matter where they are, you can do it. So I'm going to list those That way, because you can use those in scrapbooking. How many times have you tried to make a hole in a mini album that was way too far, and you're trying to look for the perfect tool to make that hole? Well, the beauty of these things are that, hold on, let me grab them because I want to share them with you guys. I'm back. So they're tubes like this. Let me open it. And there's different sizes. Let me take these out. And they're different sizes. You can get them really, really skinny like I have here. And then I have some bigger ones as well. But like something like this size would work. Even I think this size would work. So all you do with these, let me move this aside. I want to show you how this works. All you do with this is you get this. You put it on top of whatever you're, mark your holes. And then you put that on top of there, wherever you put your mark, and hit it with a hammer. And it will punch out the hole for you. And no matter where the hole is that you need it, no matter how far, how wide, with this, you have the freedom to do that. So I highly recommend these. These are for leather work, but they work. If they can cut leather, they definitely will cut chipboard. So I would recommend this personally. So I'm going to link some of these in the description box below. That way you guys know what it is and you're not buying the wrong thing, because I've bought the wrong thing many times. So anyway, what I did here, again, this is also a pocket. I left it open and I just did it in white because I wanted to stamp some scripture. I do have scripture stamps from, gosh, I don't even know. Okay, I have one from Our Daily Bread. I think these are LDRS Creative or something like that. They have a lot of scripture stamps. May made it. She has some. I'm not going to link theirs, but I'm giving you the names because I don't even know if they're available anymore. But you can find a lot of scripture stamps even on Amazon. So I'll link some of them on there, especially if you're doing this for your church group. So on here, I stamped, "The Lord himself goes before you and will be with you." And that's Deuteronomy. Gosh, guys, I can't see because I can't memorize. 31:8. And I love the fact that it shows you where in the Bible you can find it. And then back here, I have another one. And it says, "I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live." And that's John 11:25. So I really like that, especially for Bible journaling, because this is an inspiration to people or believers to know that the Lord is with them no matter what they're going through. Is life going to be easy? No. But the Lord will be with them and he'll help them endure no matter what it is, because the Lord doesn't promise us a bed of roses. That's not true. So anyway, these are great stamps for Bible journaling. If I can find some, I will link them. Again, yours will close the way it should. And the only reason mine is like that because I damaged it. But I love the paper clip that it holds everything in place. The beauty of this journal is that when you're done filling up all these pages, and I just took regular printer paper and I cut it up, and I think it measures 3.5 inches this way and 3 3/4 this way. So, but you can measure when you get it, when you do yours, and you'll know more or less where. Now, I did try to use my cinch to punch the holes, and they do not line up, guys. I had to punch the holes with my hole puncher, with this one. And what I did is I made myself a template where I needed the holes to be. And after I got my paper cut up however I needed it, I used this as a template. And I would mark where I needed my holes to be. And this particular tool, let me clean it up, has a hole on top. Hold on one second. I still have paper in there from using it. This particular tool has a hole right here. I hope you can see that. That helps you see your mark that you made on your paper, and that way you can cut it because you see right through the bottom to your mark. So if I was to insert this, I'm not sure I'm gonna, you can see when I move it out, you can see the white through the hole, and you would know where you need to cut. So I'm going to link this one in case you guys don't have it in the description box. I use that tool all the time, but for holes, I do recommend having this as well, because this, there's no limits of where, the distance where you can place the hole that you need on your projects. Anyway, after you're done filling all this up, the beauty of this is that you can take it off, just add a regular ring to keep them together, and refill it again for the ladies, or the ladies could do it themselves, and refill it again to continue journaling for as long as it holds up, because remember, this is paper and eventually it will, you know, get damaged somehow, especially if you use it all the time. But I thought turning it into a binder was a really great idea, where you can give the ladies something really nice and with a unique shape, and they would love it. They would just love it. If somebody presented me with something like this at church, I would love it. So there's the back, there's the spine, and there is the front. And look at the front, how beautiful it is. And this does lay flat, except for the flowers that I have in the front. But for you to write on it, it does lay flat, and you could, you know, write your notes or whatever you want it. And that's why I kept the inner flat as well, because if you flip it and you want to write in the back, you want to be able to do that as well. And I do have like 3 or 4 layers, so it's pretty strong. Your die can probably cut through maybe like a box of cereal or something like that, that thickness of chipboard, and you could cut a couple of them and make it really, really sturdy. But anyway, guys, this is what I have to share with you all today. Another one of Erica's binders, and that's why I have all this stuff out, because I wanted to share the products. And if I clean up and put it away, then I forget what I wanted to share with y'all. But here are the notebooks, and here are the binders that I used to create it. And again, I made myself a template. That way I was able to cut out the pages and punch the holes wherever I needed them to be, where they were more consistent. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day. Remember, all the links will be in the description box below. And I hope that this helped you out, ma'am, as far as an idea for the Bible journaling. You could do the same with the butterfly. You could do the same with the butterfly, except that you wouldn't have as much room, because it's so narrow in between the narrowest point on the butterfly. It's probably less than 2 inches. But if you're okay with your paper sticking out a little bit further, then this would definitely work, because your hinge, your mechanism would be attached, and there would be the wing. And look at how gorgeous that is. So that would definitely work, but you would have to do more narrow papers if you didn't want them to stick out where this cut is in between the 2 wings. So that's the only thing. But if you're okay with it, that would definitely work. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and God bless. Bye.